It's Friday, it's the 16th of July. It's my final update of the year with all things #team made early. As always, a COVID-19 update. There's been 3 cases this week. The year 7 bubble was affected, but the students who were testing positive were already isolating, so no further isolation was required. And the staff member who tested positive was also not in school during their infectious period. Obviously, we wish them the very best. We hope that their symptoms are mild and we hope that they make a swift recovery. In terms of information regarding September and the easings of restrictions and mass testings, I'll be sending a letter out next week, my end of term letter, which will have lots of information. I think I want to make it really clear now, though, although national restrictions are easing on the 19th of July, we are not going to change any of our restrictions until we finish school for the summer. So face coverings will remain, as will our one-way systems, as will the perspex screens, as will our rules around hand sanitising. We think it's really important that we keep these restrictions in place. We don't want students isolating at the start of their holidays. We don't want anyone being ill, and we're just going to keep it in place until then. The government has announced that schools can relax their restrictions from the 19th of July, but they've also announced that schools can keep them in place. From my perspective, better safe than sorry. We're going to keep them until the end, and then we will update you, as I say in my end of term letter, with information about September. It was so nice to see the sports days going ahead. We've had year 7 and year 8 this week. Amazing to see the students engaged. We've been lucky with the weather. Well, I say we've been lucky. Monday wasn't so lucky, but the year 9s have now been moved until this coming Monday the 19th of July. The noise was great. The atmosphere was fantastic. The competitions were great. And well done to all the students who took part. I hope you enjoyed it. We're still calculating the results for year 7, but well done to Wild, who were the winners for year 8. We do have a new head of year 11, and we'd like to congratulate Mr. Bryant, who will be taking on that role. Miss Grindy's going on maternity leave, so Mr. Bryant will be the head of year 11. He's an experienced member of staff who'll be working alongside Mr. Gillett, as you know, who's assistant head teacher in charge of Key Stage 4. We wish him the best of luck, not that he will need it, with that fantastic year group, and a huge thank you to Miss Grindy for all her hard work with those students as well. I know Mr. Bryant's really excited about taking you on in your final year of compulsory education, so I'm sure you'll give him a warm welcome and work closely with him. As always at this time of the year, we have to say goodbye to some staff. This year we're saying goodbye to Miss Warner, Miss Bruner, Mrs. Jardim, Mr. Brackstone, Mrs. Moon, Miss Bourne, Mrs. Burbage and Mrs. Dre. And from our support team, we've got Mr. Rate, Mrs. Hawkins, Mr. Avery, Mrs. Hughes and Miss Hine. We obviously wish them the very best of luck. We want to thank them for their contribution to #team made early, many of which we're talking about decades of work towards supporting the children that come through our doors. We will miss them. We will miss them greatly. They've been brilliant, but we know they're going on to bigger and better things. So best of luck, everyone. Some final arrangements around the end of term. On Wednesday, the 21st of July, we'll be saying goodbye to the students for their summer break. They will be dismissed at 12:15. On that day, students will be in their normal periods 1, 2 and 3, so they must bring all their tools for learning because they will be learning in those lessons. On the 20th of July, the Tuesday, at certain times during the day, students will have their end of term assembly. We're really looking forward to sharing that with them. It's on a really important topic, and details regarding timings will be in the end of term letter. And onto the letter. I'm sorry, but it is quite a long letter. I want to give you as much information as possible. Obviously, it's going to give you some highlights of the year, and just explaining how incredibly proud I am of the students and the staff and the parents and everyone involved with the school. But it's also going to give you a lot of information about our logistics for next year, our restrictions for next year, our testing process for next year, starting times for students on their first day back. So lots and lots of information. There's also links to testing consent. If you are a parent of a child who has already given consent, there is no need for you to re-sign that. But if you're new to the school, then please do use the link that's in the letter to sign up for testing as well. So please do take the time to read it. You've obviously got 6 weeks to read it, but it will give you lots of information about next year. And as always, I'm available for any questions that you may have. And that's the final update for this year complete. I just want to say thank you to you all for the support that you've given the school and the support you've given your children over the past 18 months. We know how difficult it's been. People have been going through a lot of sacrifices. The students have been amazing. I am genuinely so proud of what they've achieved. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the staff who have worked tirelessly, and I mean tirelessly, going above and beyond every single day to make sure that we can keep the school as safe as possible, to make sure we can have education continuing. they have been phenomenal as well. So from me, hashtag Made in Early is an amazing place to be. It's an amazing place to work. It's an amazing place to grow for the students. It's an amazing place to be a part of. But everyone needs a break now, I think. I think the students need a break. I think the parents need a break from probably these updates. So I wish you all a very, very great summer. Please do stay safe. Please follow the regulations. I will give you any updates that we may receive in addition to what we already have. I will email you via the Sims app over the summer. But please do take care. Best wishes, everyone.